Some workers will brave the bitter cold to provide essential services like hospitals and clinics, and we are grateful. Now, those organizations have been preparing all week to stay open during the winter storm. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery breaks down their game plan.
Area hospitals in the Mid-South have been working with contractors all week to prepare for a long stretch without safe roadways for deliveries.
Whether that's clinical supplies, pharmaceuticals, linen, waste management, you name it, we work with them leading up to an event like this in case that there's any impact to roadways that don't allow us to receive those critical supplies.
Your local hospital staff will likely be staying either on campus or a nearby hotel during this ice storm so they can provide critical care without the burden of traveling on dangerous roads. Nick Lewis with Baptist Memorial Healthcare says their area hospitals and clinics are all equipped with backup generators to keep the lights and equipment on for days longer than an outage would last.
We test those systems with a defined frequency, and we've tested those systems leading up to this event to make sure that they're functioning properly and that we have proper fuel.
From the emergency room to the maternity ward, local hospitals are ready to be fully operational for the big freeze.
We've mitigated what we can, and we've partnered with our strategic vendors to ensure that we can maintain operations and maintain comfort for both our staff and our patients.
Reporting in the medical district, Garner Montgomery, Action News 5.
Hospital trips are a difficult experience in good weather. The Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development says it wants to help you avoid any accidents or injuries navigating the ice and snow. At home or at work, clear snow and ice as quickly as possible. Apply salt or sand for traction. Wear footwear that gives you good traction. Take short, slow steps and carry less so you can keep a hand free for your balance.